it's Jean. I hope you all are having a great day. I'm stopping by today to share with you just a quick tutorial on how to make some denim beads with your blue jeans or denim jacket, whatever you find that you want to make these out of. We're going to do some of those today. Now, the wire that I am using is a 16 gauge. I would recommend, if possible, using like an 18 or 20 for this project because I think it will make it better for adding the actual wire wrapping that I'm going to do. So I have some beads, some actual beads that I am recycling from some jewelry. So I'm using beads that have a larger hole, obviously, because I want to be able to make sure I can string some beads along with my denim bead. So here's one that I've already made and it is drying, but I'm going to show you the process with this little tiny piece. And I wanted to let you know, okay, here we can measure. So this is about a 3-inch piece. And one of the suggestions that I do have is that, for example, this is the piece of denim that I cut it from, okay? So when you cut this out of the leg, the pant leg, you want to make sure that you are using it with the part of the denim that has a tiny bit of stretch. And the way that you can make sure is based on how it will tear. So when you cut your little slit right here and you tear this down, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what is a mini dowel. Now this dowel, you can buy a pack of them at Walmart. I like them better than the skewers because I know I'd be poking myself. Now some people who actually put them in styrofoam, I'm sure you could do that with these too, even though they're blunt end. But you know, that's up to you how you want to what dowel you want to use for your beads. So this makes a pretty nice hole so that we can run this thicker wire through it. So the first thing I do when I start rolling these, let me get up closer to the camera, is I am going to put some art glitter glue right along this edge. Okay, and it's okay if it's messy because we won't be seeing it. Dries clear anyway, but I'm going to put that on the top part and then I'm going to start rolling it. And the cool thing is when you put that glitter glue on there, it makes the denim a little bit damp, so it's kind of flexible and it rolls so nice. And it also sticks really well because you're using the glitter glue. Now, this piece of denim also has a rougher edge on the part that I'm gluing down, which I think is really cool because it gives another element to the bead. So I am just going to press this down and I'm going to make sure that it's all glued. And here we have a denim bead. Okay. Not anything too tricky. I'm going to put a little bit more glue on this. And you can use whatever glue you have. I just happen to have art glitter glue. And now when I pull this off of the dowel, See, it slides right off, so we have no problem with that. Now I can take the bead and I can put the wire through it. So before I put it on the wire, I take the wire itself and I make sure that it has a loop at the top. Okay, because if you want to dangle these from anything, you know, this is where your jump ring will fit or whatever you want to fit in there. Now, some people might want to use some more spacer beads. For demonstration purposes, I'm only going to use this big fat bead. And then I'm going to see here, I think I have, this is kind of a pink, but I have to get the jump ring out of it. So give me a second to do that. Where are my clippers? I love taking old jewelry, and if it's not in style or whatever, we can reuse it. Now, because this is a thicker material or thicker wire, I'm not sure. It looks like it's going to go through. We may have a little bit of trouble because the wire is bent, but let me see. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we have this pretty pinkish red one on here now, okay? And we have the pinkish red and the rhinestone. So after that, I just bend the wire up and I start to wrap it around the denim. And once I get to the top, I just bend it in. And in this case, since this wire is more difficult to wrap with, I'm going to make sure that it doesn't squish my bead out of shape because it is a tougher material, a tougher wire, if that's how you say it. I don't know. And like I said, if you wanted to add some more spacer beads up here, or you have something fancier that you think will go down at the bottom, by all means do that. Another thing that's really cool is to take your wire and wrap it several times around the end of the bead, and then wrap it around the length of the bead, and then go back around the middle again. So that just depends on how much wire you have, and of course the flexibility of the wire. That's why I'm saying the 18 or 20 gauge would probably work better for you. But I really like the blue against the denim. It doesn't blend in too much. And honestly, we could add, I have some of this eyelash ribbon right here, or trim. We could actually add some of that if we wanted to around the bead. And if I was adding this, I would just go around and around kind of like this. And once it got to the end, I would just glue it down. You can't really tell with eyelash trim, I think, where it begins and it ends. But that's another cute option for your bead to add some eyelash trim. So there you have it, my friends. It's not difficult at all. You want to make sure when you are rolling it onto your dowel and you put your glue that you don't glue it to the dowel, because it is art glitter glue, and art glitter glue is very much very sticky, so it will stick and it will adhere. So when you're turning it, you want to make sure that that side is being wrapped into the denim, not wrapped onto your dowel. If it happens that it does glue, we might be able to pull it with pliers, but I haven't really had mine happen like that. So here is our bead. Now, there are a couple other things that I have done in the past, and that would be like this particular one here. So I used some other wire and jump ring, and I added a dangle to this one. Let me see if I can get focused in the camera. So if you want to add dangles to them, then they become, you know, not necessarily just beads, but maybe like a boho bead combination. They're really fun to do, and I think this kind of beading is relaxing. So if you're looking for that kind of thing, paper bead, fabric bead, whatever you decide to make your bead out of, it's really fun. Another thing that I love to do with denim and other fabrics is alter them by taking preferably silicone stamps and pressing them into paint, acrylic paint, and then pressing them into my denim and making a pattern. Because if you notice on this particular bead, it does have some green paint, and that's pretty cool to add designs to your denim with your stamps. You can use stencils. You can, with the stencil, then you could just take a dauber and ink in there, and you'll have a really cool design on your denim to work with then when you're wrapping your bead. I just really love these because of the shabby frayed edges, and I hope you do too, and that you will try this. You don't have to do eyelash trim. You can do whatever kind of you know, style of bead that you want to. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of glitter glue, and I'm going to pull this tight and wrap it. When you add your eyelash trim, just be careful because you don't want to glue down all of the lovely wispy things, because that's what makes the bead look cool. So many options for these, even on eyelash trim, of adding a beads onto it before you wrap it around the middle. So you have quite a few things. I think they should call this like spider trim or something, because my eyelashes don't look like that. I don't know about yours. So I hope you had fun learning this. If you need any other explanation, don't hesitate to leave me a message in the comments. If you want to see any other bead styles, please let me know. I'll be happy to see what I can do. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.